I want to, I have a lot to do too.
I know.
I'm feeling overwhelmed.
I'm feeling overwhelmed.
But like, yeah, I'm feeling like.
I'm feeling overwhelmed and I need to, I like.
Feel guilty for being in Greece for 3 weeks? Is that what's going on?
No, because.
I feel guilty that I'm leaving for 3 weeks. I'm 100% feeling that way. Like today it hit me,
I did feel that before I left. Like I was even on the phone with my friend and I was like, is it okay that I'm leaving for this long? Like, oh my God, I should be home. I should be doing things. And like, I like stopped and like, I had the feeling again when I came back. This is a good topic actually, feeling guilty about like.
Taking any time for yourself at all, yeah. Are you recording?
Oh,
I knew it. I knew because he's in interview mode. He's questioning us.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
But
no, I'm getting stressed out. I'm going to the Philippines literally in 1 week. And I'm getting so stressed out about it.
Because you need time to like just decompress. But I was going there to like my mother was turning 70. You know, I had other creative things that I wanted to look into.
Like
and
what?
I really want to. One more for like film and TV and like.
All I saw was you going to the beach. So what creative shit were you? What creative shit were you doing, eh?
What?
Halara. It seemed very halara, very chill time.
Well, there was sometimes.
She was sending me videos every day. I'm eating souvlaki. I'm having a cigarette. I'm drinking Coke Zero. Now she has creative ventures she needed to take care of. Ashe. I'm kidding. No, I'm just messing with you.
I was sending you Coke Zero.
I know, yeah. There is so much Coke Zero content. I got to tell you. Every time I drink Coke Zero, I think of you now.
I know, same.
Yeah.
No, I just mean like meeting with other like creative individuals and just talking about like what's happening in Greece. I also have like a retreat concept thing that I want to create there. Like just figuring out how to, because I really love Greece and my roots. Obviously, you know this. Greece.
Hello!
And I just want to create a life where I'm in New York and Greece and creating and I don't know what that would look like exactly, but I was there to figure that part out and fix my grandmother's house and invest in it. I needed to get like paperwork signed. I needed to get like blueprints, like meet with contractors. That took how long? Yeah, so there were other things in my life that needed attention, and it's not always content creation. Like I was out there, and like I wanted to create things, but I'm also like, oh, man, like your brain needs to go off sometimes, Christina. And I had a hard time telling myself to do that.
I know. I'm stressing out because I'm feeling very guilty going into it, but then I'm also reminding myself that I haven't felt inspired to really make anything in such a long time, and that maybe this will help me get out of that. But I don't think. Like, and then that's hard. Like, because when I went to Greece, I was feeling the same way. I was like, oh no, I feel guilty. And now I'm like, I'm feeling guilty again. And I wish I had like the wherewithal to be like, I just enjoy your fucking vacation.
Yeah, and I think it does come with our mindset of like, we're in New York, we come from immigrant parents, where you have to like keep doing.
Yeah, you gotta work, I know.
So I think just being aware of it and being like, hey, I can take a moment.
Yeah, I can take a beat. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm worried that I'm going to be on the beach somewhere and I'm going to be like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'm freaking out. And it's dumb. It's dumb.
Honestly, when I'm thinking like nothing whatsoever and I actually like let go, something just emerges out of nowhere, and that's usually like my best work that I do.
Right, that's exactly right. Like when I'm sitting there staring at my computer like, you have to write. You have an hour. Yeah. You need to do this. But
also showing up, being consistent is good.
Right, being consistent is one thing, but also like,
but not turning off.
Pushing it, pushing it, and like staring at your computer and getting mad at yourself is a completely different thing at the same time. Yeah.
But Greece reminded me where I was like, even I got there and I was just putting so much pressure on myself, like having to do and create and have everything there, and I'm like, I'm just figuring it out. I'm figuring out what this world will look like for me, how I can make both worlds happen.
Yeah.
I'm here for other reasons as well.
Yeah.
So it was also really nice to just, I never been there during the winter.
What do you do on the flights? I don't know what you're like on a flight. You're so crazy in regular life. Like, I don't imagine you on a 10-hour flight. What are you doing?
Just chilling.
Are you an aisle or a window person?
It depends. If there are 3 seats, I'm an aisle. If
Okay.
there are 2 seats, I'm a window.
That's fair.
Because
you
I
only
only
gotta bother
have to-
one person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got very lucky on these flights because
It's Greece in
going-
January, so no one was on it.
not only that, but I was going there and the seat next to me, no one was there.
Yeah.
So I had it all to myself. And then coming back, I got stuck in the middle seat and then the aisle person never showed up. And I looked at the woman, I was like, oh my God, we're so lucky.
I know. Oh man, I flew to LA and then Detroit. So it was 4 flights because it was LA, New York, LA, New York, LA, Detroit, New York, Detroit. Yeah. 4 flights, 3 of them, the seat next to me was empty.
Yeah,
I was high rolling.
that is good karma.
Yeah, I know. The 4th flight was, I thought it was good. I thought the 4th flight, honestly, because we had a delay, was going to be like horrible, and it wasn't. I thought it was going to like make up for all the other flights being so good, and it wasn't like that. And I was like, thank God, baby. Thank God. Woo!
I don't know. I get on the plane and I have my books with me. I have my
Oh, you have
headphones.
books. You read.
I read.
So you can read. We were wondering. We had questions. I had DMs, yeah.
I read, I'll write.
What are you reading? What did you read?
Well, I actually got a new Greek book to help me with my Greek.
Oh, that's good. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, just to elevate
I've been thinking about getting
my
a book in
language.
Spanish to like help. Yeah. Because I'm learning
How much Spanish do you know?
I mean, I know Spanish well enough where I should probably pick up a book
That's
at this
amazing.
point.
That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Like I should not like a novel.
Yeah, no,
But like a
kid's
high
book.
school or like a young adult book.
Yeah.
A young adult book. Not like a Dr. Seuss. But like a Twilight in Spanish.
Yeah.
What? I would say like a Harry Potter or Twilight. That's the reading level I'm at. I'm in like
That's really good.
I'm in like at least freshman or sophomore year of high school. I'm not like dumb.
I
I'm trying,
started
baby.
Spanish, and I'm like, I like it. Anytime I go to any Spanish-speaking country, I combine a little bit of my Spanish and the Greek, and I get away.
Oh, you
with
can get away with
everything.
it. Yeah, you can get away with
I had a
it.
full conversation with this man in Colombia, learning about his life.
Yeah.
With half Spanish that I know.
That's
and
what
half
inspired me to do Spanish because I got really good at it in college. I did it in college too, so I got really good at it, and then I stopped like an idiot because I wanted to go to film school. and then I went to Costa Rica, and I was like picking up things, and I was like, okay, I should just learn this stupid language. Not the stupid language. I should just learn this language.
All right, Gus thinks
Spanish is
stupid.
It's a dumb language. I should just learn this thing. No, and now I'm learning it, and I've been practicing, and I'm happy.
My Duolingo had Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Dothraki.
Dothraki.
Yeah. Duolingo.
Get a job.
High Valyrian and Dothraki.
Get a fucking job. Get a job. All right. So you're okay. So Windows. Okay. And what? So you read. So you
I read. I'll write, and I make sure I sleep or don't sleep according to how I land, because that's how I do not get jet lag.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
I get so productive on planes. I get very productive, or I'm
Yeah.
on my Switch the whole time, which is also productive because I'm on my Switch and I'm playing my games.
and I block out my times, and that's
And
how
I literally like hate when the plane has Wi-Fi. I don't want the plane to have Wi-Fi. I want to be up there, and I want no one reaching me.
Sometimes I want the Wi-Fi because I'm doing something that I need. Like I have to
Sure,
remember
sure,
to
sure.
download
I know,
certain
yes,
things,
yes.
and that's what pisses me off.
But when
I
it
don't.
doesn't have Wi-Fi, I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't want no one reaching
No one
me.
bothering
I
me.
feel so free. I feel free. Okay, I feel free. It's a freedom.
You know what's really cool? I don't know if all planes have this now, but they have the little camera where you see when you're landing.
No, I didn't.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
experienced that.
It is. I wish I got my phone out, but I was in such awe that I didn't have time to take my phone out and start recording.
Oh my God.
But
I didn't know that.
you saw yourself from way up high and all the lights, and you're going down. It's like, and it's like the fucking.
I don't want to see that.
It
I
was.
don't care.
It was cool.
When people like open the window to look out, I'm like, no, I don't want to know. I want to know that. I just want to feel when we hit the ground and nothing else. Leave me alone.
Isn't that crazy? We're flying.
We're in the air. I don't
in
want
the
to know
air.
anything. I don't want to know anything. I know. That's why people get so crazy up there. I'm like, listen, we're in a box in the air. Please just like chill out.
Chill out.
Just like be the best version of yourself if you could possibly just do that. Like I was in the flight to LA. There was so many kids. I don't know why there was just so many children. It was the most children I've ever seen ever.
Oh, no.
There was more children than adults. I was like overwhelmed. And most of the kids were fine. There was some crying, but I was like, this is why we have AirPods. And there's one guy who was like 6'3", who was getting up every 5 fucking minutes going up and down the aisles. Because I think he had like 6 of them. 6 of the kids were him, and he didn't want to pay for the kids to all sit together. So 2 of them are here. One of them is here. The other one's
That's
there.
freaking annoying. It's not even like to stretch his legs.
So he's going fucking everywhere. The whole flight, 6 hours to LA, just like up and down, up and down. This dude was getting on my nerves. I was like, be the best version of yourself.
That's annoying.
Don't be an asshole. Just chill out. God damn. And the thing is I'm so zen in airports.
Really?
I'm like so zen.
I'm teasing.
My ex was like, "You're so stressed out in airports," and I'm like, "It just wasn't." I'm like, "That's not
true. I love airports.
He was only in an airport with me once, and he was like, "You're stressed." I'm like, "We had a 2-hour delay." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm stressed out. I'm trying to get to Greece." Like,
Oh yeah, that's
it's a
different.
little different. I was like a little stressed out, and then I was like, "I'm gonna go for a walk," and then I went for a walk.
Yeah.
I wasn't like losing my mind. But then I like flew with my friends, and I was like, "Guys, was I stressed out at any point?" And they were like, "You were literally zen. It was
You
zen."
are the
I
worst.
went to get a massage last time I was in the airport.
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Also, for everybody flying, please don't wear black socks and then take your shoes off on the plane.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be a little mindful.
Also, if you're gonna get up to go to the bathroom, put the shoes back
on.
Don't be walking around barefoot, going to the bathroom, and then going back. That's disgusting. You're disgusting.
You know what was really
disgusting.
nice? You know what was really nice?
What?
Turkish Airlines had slippers.
Oh yeah, the long flights now they require this.
Yeah,
they
because I'm
require
like-
because you can get necrosis. You can get necrosis. Necrosis.
That was the most Greek mom thing.
You could get
necrosis.
on your feet if you keep the shoes on. I'm going to Manila 16 hours. I'm taking my shoes off.
No, you got to take your shoes off, but like just make sure your feet smell good. Jesus freaking
Yeah.
Christ.
Necrosis.
It's a Greek
It's
word.
a Greek word. Necro. It
Necro
means
is
dead.
dead.
It means that you get necrosis.
Osis is the osis. It's the problem.
Your feet, because you're like the blood will stop running.
Yeah. And then
So you
we
can
have
like
to chop
lose
it off.
blood flow. Yeah. You can lose blood flow and oxygen to your limbs.
There was one person that like
Fucking idiot.
he calls himself a Greek.
He calls himself Greek.
Come on, motherfucker.
Okay. I'm just messing with you.
I've been that person too, where someone's like passed out on a plane, and I've like jumped to their.
You are a
aid.
lifesaver. You always have these stories where you're saving people's
But
lives
thank
on
God
this
there was
train.
a doctor on board. Because
Thank God there was a doctor.
Thank God there was a doctor.
Did you know that, so did you know the way that Patrick Dempsey dies on Grey's Anatomy? I have a crazy story to tell you.
Oh, okay.
So, you know Patrick Dempsey was on Grey's Anatomy,
Yes.
right? McDreamy.
Yes.
So the way that he dies on Grey's Anatomy is that he is like riding a motorcycle, or he's like driving his car, and
Oh, spoiler alert! Because someone.
this was 9 seasons ago.
Yeah,
this
but
was
still, someone
9 seasons ago.
commented.
I don't
was like,
care.
he died.
This is 9 seasons ago. Catch up. Get your Netflix
should
together,
watch it.
okay? So he dies because he's on a highway and he's driving and he sees a car flipped over and there's a kid in the car, like a teenager who like took his dad's car, and he like pulls the kid out of the car and says, don't worry, I'm a doctor. And then he calls an ambulance for the kid, and the kid goes in the ambulance, and as he gets back into his car, a truck comes and hits him. So then he goes to the hospital, and then the doctors can't save him. In real life, my friend Rose told me the story.
Yes.
So, in real life, apparently, right before this happened, they shot this episode. Patrick Dempsey himself was driving his sports car in Malibu, and he saw a kid flip over because he borrowed his dad's sports car on the highway, and he saved the kid's life by going in, pulling him out, and being like, "Don't worry, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." And he called the ambulance for this guy, and so he saved his life, and that's what they decided to write into Grey's Anatomy. And that kid was my friend's brother. And she told me the story. She was like, "It's in the Malibu Chronicle," and she like showed me the article.
So wait, are we like, what are we, 2 degrees away from
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey?
Yes.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I've had sex with Patrick Dempsey.
I've
That's
touched.
the moral of that story.
I've touched his pee-pee.
Pee-pee has been in me. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Have you seen his house in Architectural Digest?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God,
Because
it's
I'll tell you,
beautiful.
after he left Grey's Anatomy, I'm over him. I'm done. I don't want anything to do with him.
Well, we know why. I won't say.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you why. Yeah.
We can't.
But also, I want nothing to do with him because that relationship made me believe in love.
And I shattered it.
And when he died, I realized that love is not real. And it's temporary.
Speaking of love.
Valentine's
What are you
Day.
doing for
I got there. I know. I got there. I got us there, baby. The whole point of this episode was talking about Valentine's Day, and we weren't.
we
and
went
I
off
was
on a
working on it.
freaking
I was working
tangent.
on it. I told you I was working on it. We got there, baby. We got there. Don't worry, producer. Producer man.
That doesn't know what necrosis means.
Necrosis. So for Valentine's Day, I'm probably gonna get necrosis because I don't have anything going on. I have nothing going on. Literally not a single thing. I think. Oh, I have spots. I'm doing spots.
Okay,
I'm
that's
I'm
nice.
working, which
You're
means I'm
working.
making money, and it'll be good because I'll get to perform for. It's gonna be packed rooms because it'll be Valentine's Day. So all the couples, I was a happy couple.
Do you care about Valentine's Day when you were in a relationship?
I actually, it was cute. I think it was one of those things that, like, when I wasn't in a before this relationship, I was never really in a serious relationship like this, where we ever had a Valentine's Day. So the Valentine's days that I did have with my ex were very much like the only Valentine's days that I had.
Oh.
So I remember in middle school one time I had a crush on this girl,
How'd that go?
Natalie. Fuck you, Natalie. It went horribly, and I bought her a rose.
I would have accepted it.
I brought her a rose, and I bought her SpongeBob character chocolates.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We were 12 years old, and I decided to give them to her in front of everybody in the cafeteria.
What'd you do?
And she rejected me
course.
in front of every single person in the
Fucking
cafeteria. And she said, "No, thank you, Gus. I don't want to be your Valentine's."
How the hell did you do that to my friend,
And
Natalie?
she took she didn't take the chocolates. I think I kept the chocolates, which I was happy about because that's really all I
Good for
wanted.
you.
And then I cried, and then I stopped believing in love because of this horrible fucking bitch. And that's why I'm gay.
Natalie, it's your.
Natalie did it.
You did this.
Natalie's the reason I'm gay. But so those Valentine's days were good. We went to a Kelly Clarkson concert one year. Like, we had good Valentine's days. We really did. We had a good time on Valentine's Day. It was really important to him, and I think we always made it special. There was one Valentine's Day where I got so mad. It was our last Valentine's Day together, and I was just like pissed because I had been in Florida the weekend before, and
What
I
are you doing in
rented. I was
Florida?
doing a weekend of shows. I had
Oh, okay.
I was doing like 5 shows at a club, and I rented a car because it's Florida and there's nothing to fucking do. So I was driving around Florida like all weekend, and I was miserable because I hate driving. And
we
that
know
whole
this.
weekend,
We know this, Gus.
That whole exactly, we know this. Say
know
that
this.
because
We
this is
know
important
this.
to the
You
story.
hate driving.
I hate driving, and I was like complaining about driving because everyone was being such an idiot that weekend. And then I got back, and his Valentine's Day gift to me was to borrow his friend's car and drive to Westchester to go indoor skydiving. And indoor skydiving is great. So we did indoor skydiving, and then the rest of the plan was to go to dinner somewhere in Westchester. But we got to skydiving at like 1. So skydiving was done at 2. So then he was like, I just figured we'd just drive around Westchester and see it for a little bit until dinner time around 6. Because he wanted to go to some fancy thing around
You were
there.
driving around from 2 to 6?
So we literally drove around. And I was like, this is literally the actual nightmare of my dreams. Like, I can't tell you how, this
And
is
he
the
didn't
opposite.
drive. You drove
He was
around.
driving. But I
Okay.
still hate being in a car. Like, I still hated the whole thing. I was like, I hate being in a car. I hate driving. Why are we here?
There was no other destination in the middle?
But also, like, we could have just taken the train to the skydiving and then just taken, it's like so easy. In fact, it was probably less time, so I was annoyed. And then we got too full at dinner, and he didn't plan for like sex at all throughout the day. He was like, I'm planning this perfect day for you. This is gonna be the perfect day for you. And then didn't plan to have sex with me. So we didn't have sex on Valentine's
So
Day.
no sex and you in a car constantly.
For probably like 8 hours straight, yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a great...
It was horrible. And the thing is, the funniest part about this for me was that I literally said car, and she said, I know you hate driving in a car, was the first thing Christina said. And my boyfriend of 4 years at the time couldn't figure it out. So I don't know.
Maybe I should take you out for Valentine's Day.
Do you wanna?
How you doing? I am single too.
What are you gonna take me? What are you gonna do? What's your perfect date?
Oh God, I fucking hate these questions.
What's your perfect date?
For like me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like experiences.
I like experiences too.
I like experiences. I just like thoughtfulness. I like if you put like a little bit
Yeah.
of like, if you use some critical thinking, ask a few questions,
Yeah.
there's so many things that I'll enjoy. Just don't do like generic things.
Yeah.
Like, don't take me fucking bowling.
I like bowling.
I'll do bowling with my friends. It's just like, all right, we're having fun.
All right,
but
don't
like,
do
you're gonna
bowling.
take me fucking bowling on Valentine's.
Mini golf? No.
You know what? With the right person, maybe. But I'm also not
Arcade.
like. I fucking love arcades.
Okay, arcade. Wait,
love
we found it.
arcades. I love arcades.
I love an arcade. I'm really good at Pac-Man.
I also really love.
Do you know what I do? I go to,
do?
when I travel, I'll go to an arcade bar and I'll beat the high score in Pac-Man and then leave. It's usually pretty
Boom.
easy. I'll be real with you. It's usually pretty easy, but sometimes you get a hard one. You get the hard one.
The hard one.
But I'm really good at Pac-Man. That's my special skill.
That's nice.
If you ever see a Pac-Man and you see me, watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Whoa, buddy.
Just know you have a full hour ahead of you to watch.
It's a wild, wild west.
So yeah,
get
Valentine's
anxiety.
Day.
Valentine's Day. I don't know. I don't hate it or I don't love
I don't really hate it. I don't love it. I used to hate it. I used to really feel like very self-conscious about it.
I hate the forced Valentine's Day. Like we
yeah.
have to do something to show my
Yeah.
love for you, and this is like that's what I don't like. And the commercial bullshit of like why does it exist? You need we need a holiday.
We need a day.
We need a day.
We need a day.
If I ever want to buy fucking
Aren't you in love?
How
You need
much-
an extra day?
Godiva chocolates. I do like
SpongeBob chocolates.
I do like picking them from the box though and taking a bite and seeing and then bring them back. That's fun. That's
What?
fun. Like taking the chocolate from the box and figuring out which one it is. And taking a bite.
Oh yeah, I
That's
hate
fun.
when there's not like a thing, like a key, a
Well,
guide.
I don't want to eat all of it anyway, so I just take a bite, and if I don't like it, I put it back.
That's disgusting.
Why? It's my box.
If it's your box, it's
It's
your
my
box.
box.
Well,
I'm not
it's your
doing it
box.
everybody
It's your
else's
box.
box.
Don't do it for on a community box.
No, that's rude.
Be an animal, but all right, great, okay, good for you. Yeah, Valentine's Day is fine. Like it's just I don't know. There's like, when I was single before this relationship, it really got to me. Like it really got to me. Like I remember one time. I've actually never told anybody this story.
Oh, let's hear it.
This is a really sad story. Okay, so.
Oh, I'm like, let's hear it.
Such a sad story. I don't even know how to like say it in a funny way because it's just sad. But when I was in college, like I don't know, I guess it was like, you grow up chubbier and you grow up like in a certain way, and I just just was feeling a certain way. And the guy who cuts hair, the barber shop right across the street from our house is owned by this guy who is not very attractive, but he was just nice to me a couple times, and I thought he was gay. I kind of, I was really reading the signals wrong.
Shut
And
the
I
front
really
door.
thought he was gay. I was really thinking like in my brain, I was like, he must be gay. He's got to be gay. And meanwhile, like if you met this person and you just picked up on his vibe just like a little bit, you'd be like, absolutely not. This person is not gay.
Gus, what did you do?
I was 19.
What did you do?
I was 19 years old. So on Valentine's Day one day, I was feeling really shitty on Valentine's Day. And I was like really down and out. And I went to his store while he was like sweeping up at the end of the night. And I was just like, hey, how's it going? And I started chatting it up with him. And as he was sweeping, I went in for a kiss. I've never told anybody this story, and the way that you're reacting makes me realize why. Literally, the way you're reacting is the reason I've never told
Wait a
anybody
minute.
this.
I'm sorry, Gus. You came out of the woodworks and just tried to kiss him while the man was sweeping.
Valentine's Day.
Okay, 'cause it's
I
Valentine's
was in my feelings.
You predator.
I was not. No, it wasn't predatory. First of all, it's really hard for somebody 5 foot.
Wait,
it's really hard for somebody 5'2" with
Can I
pimples.
jump in right here? It's not that bad. It's just funny how Christina reacted because I don't think she's ever been rejected before in her life.
I've been rejected.
Yeah, that's probably
I
why.
have been rejected.
Wait, Christina, have you been rejected?
Yes.
Name one time where you were rejected.
I was in Greek school and I liked the boy and I tried to kiss him and he said no.
Okay,
And then I was playing spin the bottle.
Name
and-
one time
and
as an adult where you were rejected.
Yeah, that's better.
It's different when you're 12 years old and
It's
you're
not
playing
a bad
spin the
thing.
bottle.
It's not a
when
bad
you're a
thing.
19-year-old that tries to kiss his barber next
Well,
door.
I've liked guys.
He
and they-
still has that store. I see him all the time. He's still across the street. It's been 12
I know, that's what I want to know.
years.
How did he react when you tried to kiss him?
He goes,
As the man was sweeping his property.
first of all, nice question to have to back up the fact that you're still thinking of some time as an adult where someone has rejected you. I want you to keep thinking of that, by the way. I haven't moved on from that. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to follow up on that. I just want to let you know. But the way that he reacted was that he stepped back and he held the broom in front of him.
Oh, man.
And he said, oh, no, I'm not gay. But, it's cool. It's cool. I vividly remember it because it was so horrifying. And because every time I walk and I see it's right across the street from my parents' house. So like literally every time I go to my parents' house, I see it and I think of this.
Which one
and
is
it has haunted me for 12 to 13 years at this point. And
my
I
God.
finally am getting it out. I feel better about it. I feel better.
It's kind of sweet though.
No, it's not sweet. Your reaction tells me that it's not sweet. His reaction was fine. His reaction was like, yeah, I've done that. I don't know. It seems like he's been there, done that. You, fuck you, okay?
Well, okay, I've never. Let me explain
So
something.
then he like rejected me, and I just literally ran out. I was
Okay.
like, I'm sorry, and then I
My
went to
re-
Cold Stone and got the biggest size, and I sat there and I ate it, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah, but Gus, I've never went up to a stranger and just.
he's
tried
not a
to-
stranger. He used to cut my hair. He was a
Okay, I never went up to my barber
Okay.
and just tried to kiss them.
The
out of
barber thing
nowhere.
actually sounded worse. Go back to stranger. Go back to stranger. Never mind.
My rejection is like trying to talk to someone and saying like, kind of interested, and then they don't show the interest back, and that's.
So has that happened to you as an adult? We're back to this. It has.
Yes.
Okay, name one time.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying. No, like it's not like a very like specific moment like that's gonna stay in my mind.
That stayed in my brain.
It's more
baby.
like.
I literally can. I haven't even told my best friend that story. It really was so horrifying. Like I told nobody.
Like, or like at a
when it
party.
happened, I didn't tell anyone.
At
Like
a
at a party
when I'm like liking someone and I'm like trying to make moves and they're like
Yeah.
not interested in me, and then I see them go like
Yeah.
to the other girl and I'm like, oh
and
my
that has
God.
happened.
Yes.
That's confirmed to have happened to you in your life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not everyone's fucking type.
No, I know you're not everybody's type. You're not my type.
Clearly, you don't have good taste, but.
No, but listen, that's
It's not such a bad story because
What, the barber?
he wasn't like mean about it.
He
seemed
wasn't.
like
Yeah,
he was nice
was.
about it.
That's
He was
the
so
good thing.
sweet.
Right,
Actually, the
so-
thing is I actually don't really give that story and him enough credit for being so sweet about it.
Yes.
Because it was, he could have
Sorry,
been.
I'm still I'm just picturing you with the broomstick.
broomstick as the ball.
I was 19. I looked very different. I looked very different.
Good for you though.
I looked
you
very different.
You shot your shot.
Shot my shot. I never went to him again. He lost a customer.
Yeah, you can.
If he just gave me a little kiss, I mean, that's all I wanted.
Just give me a kiss and I'll keep
Give me
coming.
a little kiss. I mean, he lost a customer that day.
Oh God, that's good. Well, I have a sadder story.
Oh, here we go. What is it?
Well, this Valentine's Day is the 1 year anniversary of my dead dog, so.
Oh, that is sad. Oh, never mind. She said that earlier, and she said it earlier, and I really could have seen that coming instead of being a little bitch, but it really was so sad. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm actually excited. I'm trying
It's
to figure
tough.
out what to do with her ashes.
Oh. What do you want to do with her ashes?
I'm not sure yet. I brought a little bit of her to Kerkira. I brought her to Greece.
Oh, nice.
And then I think I'm gonna separate them in like little vials for like my best friend Michael and Katie and like people that have been in her life
Oh, that's
growing
sweet.
up for them to just have a little bit of her.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
And
I
then
like
I
that.
gotta figure out maybe I'll like go off the Verrazano and like be like Poppins, go.
Don't do it off the
And then they're like
Verrazano.
this woman. It's like
Don't do it off the
ABC
Verrazano.
News.
Enough. The Verrazano has
New
enough
York.
going on. We don't need you fucking throwing your dog's ashes off the Verrazano.
They're like a woman
You're gonna
has
pay
stopped
20
off the side of the
You're gonna pay
Verrazano.
$27 to throw your dog's ashes over the Verrazano?
Yeah, no, you're
It's
right.
so expensive. Do you have Easy Pass?
I do.
Oh, well, then never mind.
That's different.
That's different.
But she loved road trips, so maybe I'll take a little road trip.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. No, that's great. I love that. That's sweet. That is sweet. Okay. Valentine's Day. Are you still laughing about the
Yes.
barber? Here we go with the barber again.
But I just love moments like that because you know
It's
what though?
so
Can I
awkward.
say something? Yes. Sure, it's awkward. I reacted a certain way. But like you did something that like I think a lot of people don't do in general. They don't like
They don't shoot the shot.
they don't shoot the shot or like try to really move with like whatever they're feeling on the inside and like just like be vulnerable. Everyone
right.
plays it safe now.
No, you're so right.
You know what I mean? So like I think those moments are just so freaking beautiful where you really try something and even getting rejected is just fucking beautiful.
Way to turn this around, Christina.
So
Way to really turn it around from. This is her original reaction. Her original reaction was
for those who can't see, I literally death dropped.
death dropped into the couch. She literally, I could see her stomach caving in on itself from embarrassment, from secondhand embarrassment.
Because like I know that feeling of liking someone and it doesn't like okay when I played spin the bottle and it landed on the boy that I really freaking like liked, I went over to kiss and he was like, all right, let's spin that again.
That's brutal.
That is bad.
That is
So
brutal.
I know what that feels like.
That is brutal.
Okay.
That's really brutal.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. Wow.
Well, now he must see me and be like, shit, I fucked up.
yeah, now he's been masturbating to your pictures every
you
day.
go.
Since.
I hope so.
I'm sure he is.
I hope so.
I'm sure
You're
he's just
welcome.
sticking bottles up his ass and regret, and pure regret. Yeah, I could have had everything.
Center of my world.
Center of my world. That is so ridiculous. You're so ridiculous. I'm just trying to think of what else we can add for Valentine's Day. It's just such a shitty. It's just in the middle of February too. They do it. Why do they do it in the middle of February?
And now it's freaking.
The thing I will say, and this has become a little bit more popular now,
Okay.
because we had a rule. We tried to have a rule, except our last year together. Me and my ex-boyfriend had a rule where we try to have sex before the activities, especially the dinner.
I want to have sex all the time. Like, I want to wake up and you're doing something sexy and we have sex and then we go and then we have drinks and then we try and then we have sex again and you like steal me.
Do you mean
into
on
the bathroom.
Valentine's Day or just in general?
In general, but
I
on
do
Valentine's
feel
Day
that way
too.
in
Yeah.
general.
Like, I don't like
wish
the
I was,
cliche,
yeah.
like, don't get me, like, don't think like you have to get me a teddy bear and
Yeah,
chocolates and flowers.
just
Like,
fucking rail me.
there you go.
That's all I need. I know,
That's
it's
it.
so true.
But like, make it nice. Like,
Make it
just
nice.
something cool, something different,
Yeah.
something fun.
Yeah. No, I totally agree
Risque.
with you. I totally agree with you. I definitely, yeah. I just feel like people that like, you're not gonna fuck if you go to dinner. You're not gonna have that sex. That sexy
I
thing.
want you to meet me in the bathroom.
At dinner.
At dinner.
I want to be your appetizer. And we'll get
It's gonna
calamari too
There you
for the
go.
table.
There you go.
All right.
And also, I'm very Greek, so we're probably, if I'm out with someone Greek and we're having tzatziki,
It's garlic, baby.
it's garlic, baby. It's hot.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, but you know, I think Valentine's Day, if you really like don't have anybody, then you shouldn't feel a certain way about it.
Absolutely not. Like,
I like
take
the whole
yourself
like
out.
take yourself out or
It's
don't
just
go
a,
out.
It's a freaking day, so people who aren't loved, they have a moment in the week for like the like lazy husband to be like, here you go, here's a card.
Here's a card.
Here's a card.
Here's a
toots.
gift. I
Here's
know.
a gift.
I know.
So it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
The rest of the year matters more than that one freaking day. It's just a way to get your money.
It is because all those restaurants now do those prefixes, right? And it's
Annoying.
like so expensive.
Don't tell me
That
what
thing
to
is, it's
eat.
like even if you are single and you want to go out, it's like $120 to go take yourself out to dinner.
All the single ladies, go to a very nice, fancy place, post up at the bar with a glass of wine and an appetizer, and make friends with the bartenders. And they're probably going to comp you half your shit because it's Valentine's Day. And then you're going to leave them a nice tip because that's what you do. And you might meet someone. You never know. And if not, you enjoyed yourself. And that's what freaking matters.
Yeah, I think the best advice I can give you is that if you have a barber, you should really like think about it. Like really like take a beat, a second, and say, is he gay?
Is he gay?
Is he gay? Or are you just gay?
Or are you just gay?
Are you just a little gay? And then maybe, and he's just, yeah, and he just wants a tip.
Not that tip.
It's so funny because the guy that cuts my hair now is like infinitely cuter than the barber that I tried to kiss. And I would like if I was 19, I would have tried it with him too, and I think he would have the same exact reaction.
So wait, I have a question though. The barber that you tried to kiss that's not gay. How old was he when you were 19?
Like 30s.
Oh, so all right. I was gonna say like if he's around. I was like, where is he? Is he still single?
No. He still
I was
has
like,
that store.
Maybe I should go try kissing
You have to
him.
understand, it's Bay Ridge, so it's a barbershop in Bay Ridge. So it's a barbershop, but they also buy and sell gold and jewelry. So it's not just like it. I just
know
don't, I
what,
don't want to
though?
add. I'm not going to add any more
You
details.
know what, though? What
I'm
I
not
will
going to add any more
say-
details because it's incriminating enough. Like I look bad enough, so I'm already
I
good.
will say though, I'm very proud of this individual who was just like, I'm not gay, but it's cool in Bay Ridge. Good for you.
No, it really was
not
like
homophobic.
The
Just being
fact
like, hey,
that he didn't
stop.
clock me in the face and didn't like call me a horrible word was shocking.
That's
like
a good
the
man.
fact that he was so chill about it, I don't even. It makes me now sharing the story with you actually makes me feel better about the story.
There you go.
I don't think it was that bad.
And it wasn't that bad. Yeah, he could have totally killed
My
me.
spin the bottle story is way worse.
Yeah, because he really actively in a group. Well, actually, my SpongeBob chocolate story is way worse.
So-
because I was also straight in that story, and that's just
That's horrible.
worse from the get-go.
Yeah, the straight you is still hurting.
Yeah. Straight heterosexual Gus was killing it. Let me tell you. Slinging pussy. slinging it. Is that what you do with that?
That's what ladies want to hear.
You sling dick.
You sling,
Oh, never mind.
Sling my pussy.
Yes, sorry,
just
yes.
throwing pussies?
Throwing.
I'm just picturing
sorry.
like
Sling. Oh no, never mind. Slinging. Yes. Sorry, never.
What's it
yeah.
called?
My
a
dick.
slingshot.
My dick is slinging into the pussies.
you're slinging into the pussies.
into them.
That's straight men use that as a pickup line. Let's see how that works.
That's how it
for
works,
you.
baby. That's
We
how
just
it
want me
works.
to-
Are you a gold star gay?
Yeah.
Never had sex with a woman?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Not even
Do
curious.
you want to be my first D?
Yeah, sure.
That was quick.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
Really? You not even like thought of it? Like, oh, maybe it's inviting.
Why would I think?
It's warm in there.
No.
That's
mean,
sick.
It's more my
That's
apartment.
awesome.
I have a space heater. I don't need a fucking woman.
I don't need a woman. I got
need
a
a
space
woman.
heater.
Ah, wow. So yeah, Valentine's Day. Do what you got to do, man.
Do what you got to do.
If you're not in love, you're not in love. And even if you are in love, you're not in love.
You're not in love.
You're not really in love. You don't like that person. You just think you like that person because they're there
This is
and
true.
they think they like you.
How long have you been together? Why? For what?
For what? Relationships are just whatever.
The relationship you have with yourself is the most
The
important.
thing is, though, that's so true. Like, I was actually
I know
telling
that
my
sounds
friend
cheesy,
this.
but I'm
I was
dead.
telling my friend this. It's like, have you noticed? And this isn't true for everybody, obviously, but the people that are older that get into serious relationships for the first time, like if you're 30 or 35,
Yeah.
and you've just gotten into your first real relationship, chances are most of the time that relationship is going to be longer lasting and better than your first relationship being when you're 20.
Yeah.
Because you figured your shit out a little bit. You know how to communicate. I mean, this isn't true again for
Well, I feel
everybody
like-
and everybody that's 35.
Yes.
But most people have like figured themselves out, and no one in their 20s likes themselves.
But
so
I
how are you
think-
going to like somebody else?
Yeah, but I think it's like if you don't put the work in, regardless of whether you had a relationship or not. between
Exactly.
yourself, You have, yeah.
No, it really is just you have
'Cause
to like.
I was like, I've been single for almost like 5 years.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, I've like dated and gone out because like I also was in a place where I was like, ooh, I really need to see like I really switched it around on myself. Instead of seeing other people's red flags, they're like, ooh, that's a red flag. I'm like, what's my red flag?
Yeah.
And how do I approach a situation?
Yeah.
What do I accept, not accept?
Yeah. And what would be one of your red flags? Do you want me to name one? I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
But I was like dating this guy for like just a few months, like
Yeah.
just like
A situationship, if you will.
Yes, but something was like irking me. And listen, all the men that I have been with, good human beings. I wish nothing bad for them.
Yeah.
Right? It was just certain puzzle pieces that were our like
Yeah.
shadow selves connected, and we had something to learn from one another.
Okay.
But this motherfucker,
Okay.
this manipulative son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. He just really like, okay, wouldn't hurt a flaw, like, you know, good person wouldn't do something like evil. But when it came to relationships, he didn't work on himself, like his younger self. And that thing in a grown ass man that's
Yeah.
like 30.
That was something
is-
with my ex that I
is
would, yeah.
scary.
When I would get mad at my
'Cause he
ex, I would
wouldn't-
always say like, "You're 41 years old. You're
Gus, he
41
wouldn't
years
see-
old."
He wouldn't see this like
Yeah.
this behavior,
Yeah.
and I started acting like the 22-year-old version of me, and I was like,
Because
like,
you,
no,
because
this
you
is
don't,
not.
right? Because you start getting, yeah,
It pulled into that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, hey, like,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
yeah,
Goodbye.
100%. I know.
It was just like the way he would see a situation and then guilt me into like feel like he also fake cried, and that was like a huge no for me. There was a fake cry
Ooh.
where it was just like, I care about you so much, and in my head I'm like, it's been 8 weeks. How do you care about me so much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just using previous little moments of him being kind as like leverage. And I was like, this is a string attached situation. And the way you're handling me and like it was just not good.
Yeah.
And then when I tried to break it off, it was very like, just I had to block him type of thing.
Oh wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not an evil person in the world.
No, but if
like,
someone doesn't work on themselves, it's hard. It's hard to really like. My ex wasn't
Exactly.
working on himself a lot, and that was really like where I felt like the most. All the tension we had was the times where like he wasn't working on himself, or I was really letting things, you
Yeah.
know, not being the best version of myself as well. So it's like there was so many times where I was like, I felt like I was like, this is a child. This is a 41-year-old child
Yeah.
I'm dealing with.
And I've definitely had toxic things too. Like I've
Yeah.
had to look at myself. Like I communicate, but my red flag for myself is that I understand someone's situation a little bit too much, that I might not stand up for myself.
Okay.
Or like because I'm like I understand it,
Yeah,
and then I won't talk about it,
yeah.
and then I might subconsciously become resentful, and it might
Oh,
like,
I do
come
the
out.
same exact thing. That was a big
Or,
problem that I
but-
had
and
too.
not
Yeah.
even in a bad way, but then what happens is I've like stopped and I've been like, okay, you're doing this, which I think it's a really great quality to have, but you still have to communicate how you're feeling and what's okay and not okay to see like anteriazis, if you
Yeah. If you like, if you mix well
if
together.
you mix well together
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
other person, because then you're investing time, and then you end up caring about a person because they are a good person, but then this big thing,
Yeah.
this elephant in the room is there where
No,
it's like
100%. Yeah.
now you're telling someone, hey, I'm not okay with this, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
So to their defense, they're like, well, you've never told me this.
Well, right. Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's how I see it. Is like
Yeah.
it's never like one-sided.
No, absolutely. It never is one-sided.
No.
No. And that's why we were like, well, how did it end? Or blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's fine. Like, I ended on good terms. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there's,
You
like, good and bad,
You
and-
like, right, exactly.
But-
Unless there's just bad. I mean, if there is just bad, I don't think it typically doesn't go on for that long. If it's just bad. But, I mean, sometimes, I don't know. It's hard.
My mother would
But-
always say, she's like, at the end of the year, if you look back,
Yeah.
whether it's a relationship, your life, your work,
Yeah.
do you look back and regardless of the good and the bad, you go, okay, nice year. And if it was not a nice year, what was it that you had to work on?
That's good advice. That's very non-ethnic immigrant parent
Yeah,
advice.
because
Good
she
for
was like,
her.
it's not, I know, right?
Yeah.
My mom, the feminist.
My mom in her later years would throw things like that at me too, and I'd be like,
like, who are
when
you?
the fuck did you learn that? Why? Where was that 20 years ago?
My mom, 20, she was never the type to be like, you have to get married and have kids.
Yeah.
My mother was like, Christina, you have to date a lot of men to know what you like.
That's good. My mom also gave us that advice too. My mom was a
I
big
feel
hoe.
like our parents would have been
My
really
mom
good
was,
friends.
yeah. My mom was a kind of a big hoe. I remember one time she told me in high school, she was like, when I was your age, I fucked half of Athens. I was like, I'm 14. I'm 14. So she was getting around. She was like, that's how you learn what you like and what you don't like and
Yeah.
what, you know, how to maneuver. And when I was because me and Dave broke up twice. And like the first time we broke up, I had talked to my mom like the day before. And I never really went to her for advice. So it was a real like, I really needed advice. If I went to my mom for advice, it was like
yeah.
I really needed advice. And I went to her and I was like, I don't know, something's really, and she was like, An kati se pligoni, prepi na to afishis. Like if something is really bringing you that much pain, you have to let it go.
Yeah.
And it was really good advice. Like if you really think about something and you can't think of like, if that thing is just like, you think about it and you're like, I don't feel good.
Yeah. it's-
Annoyed or anything, you have to let it go. And then when we got back together the first time, she said, relationships are like a flower, like a rose, and there will always now be a thorn in that rose, is what she said to me. And that thorn will always, when you break up, you get back together, now that is one thorn, and that thorn will always be there. And then in times where we would get into arguments about stuff, especially if it was stuff that we've already gotten into an argument about,
Yeah.
I would always be like, there's that thorn.
There's that thorn.
There's that thorn, baby. And I was like, whoop, she's right. I think that's kind of when she died, I decided, I was like, all right, I think I have to break up with him.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was kind of a thing.
It made sense.
It made sense. I mean, it
Yeah.
made sense in the moment. It makes sense to me now, 5 months later,
Yeah.
but it made sense.
And I think that's the thing too. People like whenever I say like, you know, you got to let that thing go. It doesn't mean you don't work on something. But
No.
it's got to be equal.
But when you feel like you are working on something and you're trying and you're doing the work for yourself and you're doing the work in the relationship and it's still bringing you that, you gotta let it go.
My mom's advice to me with something, because like if I go to her for advice, I think she hears like a pattern in me, let's say, like
Oh,
if
yeah.
something is bothering me, and I think for her she realized, she's like, Christina, the whisper that you hear is what you have to follow. So like
What?
because I would be saying all these things like, but this is good, but that, but so she was saying like it's basically your intuition that you're piling all these good things, but there's a big like that elephant in the room that's like, but it's a whisper. She's like silence everything that you're feeling. Yes, there's good. Yes, there's bad. Yes, there's this. You're gonna think about them. You're gonna think about you. She's like, when you say quiet and the first little whisper that you hear, if it's not good, if it's like this isn't right, she's like, that's all that matters at the end.
That's exactly how I felt though at the end of the day. It really is that. Well, my therapist is I think your mom. I think my therapist is your mom because he said the same thing to me. He was like, you're learning how to trust that gut instinct and it's really, it's bringing good for you. And I was like, wow.
You know what too, I've also learned, and I don't know if, I think sometimes with gut feelings, intuition, little whispers, we don't have to name it.
Yeah. No, we don't.
We don't have to point it out and be like, oh, this is like the right and the wrong, and that's the
no. You just have a bad feeling.
It's something there, and you just have to honor it. And the more you listen and follow it,
in fact, the more you don't listen, sometimes it leads to like horrible situations. It's like not good. It's really
and
not
that,
good. Yeah.
That was my like crumbling, like my tower effect, because I wouldn't listen to something, and it was like, hey, I'm gonna keep teaching you what you. Like, the bitch, pay attention.
Pay attention. I'm right here. I know. That's so true. Wow. This was this was an informative episode.
You know what?
We got serious. We got deep.
We got deep.
We got funny.
Love.
I hope that
yourself.
George, the barber, has been listening.
I know what barbershop you're talking about.
Now you know. Now you know. Now you have a visual.
We need more people like George. If someone shows you their heart, don't be like the freaking
just
guy
be flattered
who
and let them down
rejected me
easy
during Spin the Bottle. I still think of you, and I hope you see me now, and you're like, fuck, I ruined the trance. Actually, I don't care.
I don't know. That wasn't that wouldn't help me regret you.
You're supposed to be on my side.
I am on your side. Be better. Okay. Thanks.
You know what?
Thanks for listening. Remember to like. Remember to subscribe. Remember to comment
and be kind.
Tell us your embarrassing Valentine's Day stories, or not, or tell us.
You can email us.
Yes, email us.
And if you want to send your story and stay anonymous,
we will
absolutely honor that.
Yeah, and we'll read it, and we'll
Yeah. In our, did we hook it up to our Instagram yet? I will.
Well, we'll do it, and we'll do it. We'll get it done.
We're gonna
and
get
we're
it
gonna have
done.
an email address.
Yeah, we have an email address. It's gonna be in the email on the Instagram. So there you go. Send us your story.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood. You hoe. Go be a hoe. It's Valentine's Day.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?